brains. Oh Lord, live inside me, lead me on my way. Oh Lord, live inside me, lead me on my way. Lead me home, lead me home. Oh Lord, through the darkness, lead me on my way. Oh Lord, through the darkness, lead me on my way. Lead me home, lead me home. Mike's Music Method. Come on in, everybody. Mike's Music Method. Here we are. Today we are doing a great song, Lead Me Home, by Jamie N. Commons. I call him Jamie Crazy Thumb. Whew, you're in for some right-hand thumb stuff. Thank you, Karen, for sponsoring this song. I am prioritizing this song not only because Karen sponsored it, learn how to sponsor songs at mikesmusicmethod.com, but also because it's The Walking Dead. No, I don't watch this show. I did watch a little bit of it years ago when it first came out. When I was a teenager, I loved zombie stuff. Now I don't watch things. I listen. I'm like a podcast junkie. I don't watch stuff. But thank you, Karen, for bringing this to my attention. She said a lot of people want to learn this song. There's not a good tab out there. Mike's Music Method. I'm your guy. If there's any other awesome songs out there, guys, that I may not know about or that I do know about, let me know. Request them. Better yet, sponsor them. Throw a couple bucks so that it's free for everybody in the world now to learn. Chipoo, this is not an easy song at all. I'm warning you up front. Make sure you can at least play the first 10 songs in that series before attempting this one. It is hard, but by the end of this video, you're going to have some awesome right-hand thumbing going on. It's not quite a drone thumb. We got a lot of back and forth. I'll teach you how to do that. And you're going to have these cool little hammer-ons going on. And it's just going to sound awesome. So let's do it. We are drop D. Capo is on the 4th fret. If you notice at the beginning, I dropped it down because I can't sing as high as this guy. This is a combination of both the studio and the live recording. It's a little bit hard to hear, always hear what the thumb is doing. And he varies it up quite a bit, so we're going to talk about that. Don't worry if your thumb isn't spot on like his is, because he varies it up too. Jamie Crazy Thumbs, if you ever end up seeing this video, I'd love to interview you and talk about your finger picking style and how you came up with this song. It is haunting and beautiful, and hats off to you for this very unique right hand technique approach. As always, timestamps are down below. This is a hard song. Take it in small bites and use the timestamps. I talk a little bit about singing it, which will be marked down below. Then at the very end of the video, there are slow run-throughs for you to practice along with me. Not at speed, but slower, to get the work in. Without further ado, let's do it. Thank you, Karen, again for this song. Boom, measure 1. Remember, we are drop D, and then the capo's on the 4th fret. Capo pinch. So put that capo on and then retune it just to make sure that you're not funky. And my intonation's a little weird. I think I need new strings on this thing. Jamie is Jamie Crazy Thumbs, I call him, because he's all over the place. The live version and the studio version are a little bit different, so if you guys are hearing something a little different, please don't jump on me about it. Plus, in that studio version, that low bass that's being bowed kind of covers up his lower string, so it's hard to know exactly what he's doing, but I kind of combine the live one and the studio one to give you a tab that makes the most sense here. What we're doing in measure 1 is our thumb has a 3-note thumb pattern. We are doing 6, 4, 5, 4. So it's E, D, A, D. And most of the time he's fretting a D chord, but we don't need the top string. So I just got the 3rd fret with my ring finger on the B string. And it's important to have the pointer finger doing the 2nd fret on the G string, because we're going to need that middle finger to do some hammer-on stuff in a moment. So this first measure, thumbs alone, then I'm pinching 4 and 3 with my thumb and pointer, and I'm hammering on there. Ooh, we got that nice dark sound already, that minor 6 interval. So 6, pinch 4 and 3, do the hammer on there. After that, then my thumb hits the 5th string, then my middle finger hits the 2nd, then my thumb hits the 4th. So the ending is just, the strings are 5, 2, 4, and it's thumb, middle, thumb. So all together, 3, 4. Do it again. Yeah, off to a good start. Now what Jamie does is he staggers. That hammer-on before was on beat 2, now it's on beat 1. So we're gonna, here we're pinching 6 and 3 with my thumb and pointer. And that's where I'm doing the hammer-on right there. Then right after that hammer-on, my thumb is hitting the 4th string. And then immediately after that, my middle finger hits the 2nd string. And exactly the way I'm teaching you it is how you want to practice it. Right? Maybe I'm just doing that until that feels really comfortable. And it might be way slower, sorry I'm rushing it. But I build note by note on my measures until my fingers understand it, right? You want to learn things before you practice them. It's super important. And then after that, this is a little bit goofy, so let's take this part slow. What I'm doing is after that hammer-on part, we do that, and then I'm hitting thumb on the 5th string, then pointer's gonna go to the 3rd string, and I have to lift that middle finger to make it sound open. So it's 5th string, 3rd is open, so I lift my left hand pointer finger and play my right hand pointer. Then the thumb does the 4th string, open, and now you'll notice in the tab, I couldn't get, the flat software is pretty good, but I couldn't get it to do this. I'm hammering on after I do the open. So I hit the 5th string, the 3rd, play the 4th, then hammer on the 3rd. So I'm not actually playing it again. And I know it sounds really quiet now, but when you get it quicker, right, that space in between is really small. So you can hear that hammer on nice and clear. So I'll explain it one more time. Hitting the 5th string, open, then hitting the 3rd string, open, with my pointer finger, then using the thumb on the 4th string, and then I'm hammering on that 3rd string. I'm not playing anything on that final and beat. All right, I'm gonna lift my hand away so you can see. Again, I know I just played the thumb on the 4th string, but it doesn't matter. That I'm hammering on that 3rd string. That's what you're going for. A little bit tricky. So you're going to have to break these measures into pieces probably. Right, that's the first half of that measure. Get that really good, and then the second half. Tricky stuff because we got the hammer on and your brain's got to go, okay, there's going to be a sound generated there, brain, but your right hand isn't doing it. So take that slow. That's a technique in and of itself that might take you several days or weeks to get down if you're new to this kind of stuff. Let's do measure 2 all the way through though. 3, 4, pinch, lift it, hammer, 3, 4, lift it. Oh yeah. Let's put 1 and 2 together just for context. 3, 4. Whew, measure 3. You thought the picking was goofy enough, but it wasn't. So we're gonna take this slow. I know you guys are gonna learn it. It's hard though. Just keep that in mind. You're not gonna learn this song really quickly, as I think I hopefully remember to say in the intro, which I haven't recorded yet. All right, so we've got this the totally different thumb idea here. The pattern's now gonna be 6, 4, 6, 6, because he's Jamie Crazy Thumbs, and so that's what he does here. And I'll explain why later, at least how I think about it. That really helped me to get it down faster. But we'll get there in a second. Let's play it first. We've got, I'll play it once. All right, so we got 6. Then I'm pinching 4 and 2, thumb and pointer. This time my middle finger is hammering on the D string. So I got open at 2 and then it hammers onto the 3rd fret. So pinching 4 and 3 there. back to 6, my middle finger hits the second string, and I do 6 again. So the ending's just 6, 2, 6, thumb, middle, thumb. So the whole thing, 3, 4. One more time. Yeah, let's go into measure 4 here. Again, similar idea, but now the rhythm's staggered, and he's pinching at the beginning, but he's pinching on the D string. So we got the 4th string and the 3rd pinched, thumb and middle, and there's the hammer on there. Right 3rd fret on the D string again. Then he ends the measure thumb, thumb on 6, 6, and then he goes back up to the D string. So the thumb pattern is 4th, 6, 6, 4th. Jamie Crazy Thumbs. Pinching at the beginning, 4 and 3. 6 string to the 2nd with my middle finger, back to the 6. Then I go to the 3rd string there. So after that pinch, it's 6, 2, 6, 3. And that was thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. So the intro, 3, 4, pinch, 6, 2, 6, 3. Then the thumb goes back to the D string, but I lift that middle finger that was on the 3rd fret and I play it open. So I gotta lift it. 6, 3, 6. Sorry, 6, 2, 6, 3. And then the thumb on 4. Lifting that one. So the whole measure, I think you got it. 3, 4. You're gonna have to break this down to wherever your skill level is. I can't cater to everybody, but that's the beauty of YouTube. Play, pause, rewind. And remember, if you're kind of a beginner to finger picking, even if you're somewhat experienced, this is gonna be tricky. There's some new things. Learn them first, incorporate them into some kind of study piece, get them really solid before you move on. This video hopefully isn't going to disappear anytime soon. So bookmark it, come back to it, practice the stuff, and I know you will get there. Now, in order for me to get this part up to speed, it was really confusing to try and remember the thumb patterns, but there's something called a drone. You might have done a blues song where you're just pounding away on one string. Right, it's a pretty awesome technique. I used to write songs like this all the time. Instead of Travis picking, you just kind of pound away. And I'm working on the next ebook, Finger Licking Cowboy Picking. That's going to be a follow-up to Strum It Like a Cowboy that talks about droning. And everyone wants to skip to Travis picking, but that's significantly harder. So I really recommend in this book, and I give you some ways to think through it and practice, where you're just droning one string to get the coordination down before you introduce a much more complicated jumping pattern. Now, the reason I'm talking about that is because it's super helpful to get this whole song up to speed. I'm thinking of it as a droning song for this part, but the melody notes on these two measures are when I jump, right? So I hammered the wrong one. So I'm thinking of it as like a drone. Way easier. So in other words, I'm ignoring everything on the D string right now and just getting that down, which is manageable, right? Once you get that down, it's imagine in your head where those hits are, and that's when you're going to move your thumb for the attack. Bowing, 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 bowing. So that way, in my mind, it's a drone song, except when I'm emphasizing that melody note is when I'm moving the thumb. Maybe you just do this. So that way I'm not counting the thumb, I'm not memorizing some abstract 6-4, 6-4, 4-4-6, right? I'm just doing a doing. way, my brain is associating that thumb leap with that specific melody sound, not like trying to memorize some complicated pattern. I hope that's helpful. It helped me a ton in learning this song. Let's put 3 and 4 together nice and slow here. 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Shaboom! Donation pitch. Guys, here at Mike's Music Method, I'm relying on the value for value model. Everything is free. None of my content is behind a paywall, which means young kids, people financially struggling, people who just can't financially support music in their life right now and make it a priority, they can all get this awesome finger-picking content. But that only works is if the rest of you guys who can't afford it support the value for value model. Maybe every time you learn a song, you're giving me $20, $10. I don't know. Maybe every month you have $50 or $150 to spare Mike's Music Method. And the way it works is that when you guys give, you're buying me time to make these videos, helping me with the lights, the website costs, etc. None of this stuff is free or cheap, and it costs an incredible amount of my time. So that's a value for value model. I'm bringing you value, and if you recognize that value, please give back. It's what makes this channel keep going, and I hope to grow it and grow it. And the more people chip in, the more time I have to make more of these videos. And that's it. To all my patrons, huge thank you. You know who you are. Big old hug. I really appreciate the support. It keeps the channel going. I'm really excited about more content in 2024. So thank you for your support. And for those of you who haven't, please, I know I'm some guy on the internet, but honestly, if you've learned from this, if you had some, even if you had a friend come to your house who taught you this song, like, come on, you'd want to share some kind of gratitude back for your friend who just spent, I don't know, 7 hours, 10 hours, I don't know how long, tabbing out the song, making the video, editing the video, all that stuff. It's a lot of time. If a friend did something like that for you, next time he called you up when he was moving, you'd probably go help him move a couch. Now, I know you probably can't help me move my couch next time I move, and that's the value for value model. All right. So what is this worth to you in your life? If I was your buddy helping you out, how would you give back to that buddy? That's it. Onward with the song. Let's keep going. Measure 5. Here we get this cool descending part. Think of a G chord. We got that 3rd fret in the bass. My pinky, well, I take that back. There's 2 ways to do it. You can kind of keep these fingers where they were, and then use your thumb over the top, because the bass is going to be 3, 2, open. So if you're doing it this way, you got to make sure you're comfortable switching to this real quick, which I suppose that's fine, or your thumb, but you kind of got to change the fingers. What I'm doing when I get to this part is I'm changing the whole chord here, where my ring finger's in the bass. I'll think about this more. I don't know which way is better. We'll experiment as we play through the song here. But think of a G chord, but my pinky's down in the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then I still have that, my middle finger's still down on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So it's like a G, but we got a D voiced up high and an A, if you know your notes. And so I'm pinching, well, I'll play it once. Pretty easy, actually. This measure is kind of easy once you get the chord shape. So I got 6, pinching 4 and 3, thumb and middle. Thumb back to 6, middle finger goes to the 2nd string, then back to the thumb on the 4th. Now I know some people are going to play that pointer finger all the time and not the middle. That's totally fine. Merle Travis would do it that way. A lot of amazing players, Doc Watson would do it that way. So I'm not going to bust you if you're only using the pointer finger. It's fine. I like to use the middle and switch it up. I don't have that quick trigger reaction time. So that's the whole measure. 3, 4, 6. Right thumb's just doing 6, 4, 6, 4, thumb, pinch, thumb, and thumb. Pretty easy. Then here, in the next measure, measure 6 here, you can do it this way or throw the thumb over the top. Again, I would experiment with what's best for your hands and what guitar you're playing. But now, what we're doing is it's the same idea, but now instead of the G being in the bass, that 3rd fret, we have the 2nd fret in the bass, right? You can play it however you want. And we start with these two are still down. This is in the bass. And let me play it. We're pinching 6 and 3. But, sorry, thumb pattern here is 6, 6, 6, then 4. So goofy thumb pattern again. So I'm pinching 6 and 3. I still got that second fret down on both of these strings, thumb and middle. Sorry, thumb and pointer. Then I'm hitting the 6th string again, followed by the 2nd string. So 6 and 3, 6 alone, followed by the 2nd string, back to 6. So get that first. Then the ending, I'm gonna lift my middle finger on the left hand because I gotta play that open. And I'm doing it with my pointer finger, then my thumb hits that D string. So it's just open, open at the ending. And I suppose there you could take the time to, you know, relax your hand, or, I mean, I'm holding everything down still. Just lifting that middle finger. Let's count it there. 3, 4. Yeah. Remember, there are slow run-throughs at the end of this video, so once you get all these pieces, once you learn them and you can play them to some kind of tempo, that's when you jump to those slow run-throughs and try to piece it together. Or, this is even a better idea, just do 2 to 4 measures at a time. Use the timestamps down below. Can you play measure 1 through 4 with my slow run-through? Only then should you add more information. It's pointless. If this is your first listen, don't attempt to get to the end of the song. That's a bad idea. That is not how we should learn. It's not the most productive way. Learn bit by bit, then build upon it. Don't try to play it from beginning to end terribly, because it will be terribly. Instead, get the first 4 measures really good. Practice them really good. Build up that speed without mistakes. Then add another 4 measures, and etc. Let's put 5 and 6 together now real slow. 2, 3, 4. We almost get repeat material in 7 and 8, but not quite. It's similar to the intro, but a bit different. Here we have 6, in measure 7, our thumb pattern is 6, 4, 6, 4. So straightforward again, 6, then I'm pinching 4 with 3, then it's 6, 2, 4. So I got thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. An easy measure. Thank goodness. But not for measure 8. Measure 8, we've got the thumb pattern is 6, 6, 6, then that melody note on 4. And we're pinching 6 and 3 with the hammer on into the 3rd fret. 6 again, then to the 2nd string with my middle. 6 again, then to the 3rd string, but I'm gonna lift it. So it's gonna be open. I'm lifting that thing I just hammered, playing it open, then my thumb hits the 4th string, and I do the ghost hammer, where I'm not playing it, but I'm hammering on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, not the 4th. Lift, hammer that with the pointer finger on the 3rd string there. 3, 4, pinch. 3, 4. 9 and 10, echo that, but again, slight variation. Actually, 7 is exactly the same as 9. 10's different though, we don't have the hammer on. In either case, we don't have it at the beginning, we're just pinching 6 and 3. Thumb again on 6, go to the 2nd string. Right, pinch, thumb, and then 2nd half of the measure is 6, back to 3. Then the thumb does 4. So let's do that real slow. 3, 4. Boom. Boom. Remember, I'm droning my thumb, then snagging the melody note. Boom. Boom. It's so hard to get this song fast. But slow and steady, and you'll get there. Whoo! Now he starts singing. Again, the thumb is crazy. It's not always consistent for each version. What I do for the sake of simplicity, we're just always going to alternate it. If you're going to try and sing this song, let's give ourselves at least a little bit of a break. You know, Jamie in Thumbs has been doing his crazy thumb thing maybe his whole life. I don't know where he developed that technique. So I simplified it a little bit. There is still some slight variation. But at least for 11 and 12, we're just going to bounce it back and forth. Even though it's hard to tell what he's doing because it's slightly different on different verses and whatever. So let's do this. We've already kind of seen this. We're familiar with it. We got 6. Then I'm pinching 4 and 3 with that hammer on. Then it's 6, 2, 4. And then measure 12 is kind of the same as measure 2, but I simplified the thumb pattern to just have it keep going back and forth. Pinch 6 and 3, thumb alone on 4, then we go to 2. So that's the first half, 6 and 3, hammer on 4, 2. Then here I'm doing 6, lift up the 3, thumb on 4, do the ghost hammer, 2nd fret of the G string. That whole measure, 3, 4. Whew. 13 and 14 are thankfully a repeat above 3 and 4, I think. Play it with me, 3, 4, if you can. Again, I'm thinking of it as a drone bass part, but the melody punches. Ba, 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 ba. Hopefully that's helpful. Every time he does the verse, that part repeats, 11 to 14. And then here we do the descending part in 15, but this descending part's extended. It's a bit longer than it was in the intro, so let's talk through this. We have that kind of like G shape again, right? With 3rd fret here, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. I got my pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So they should look like that. Again, different ways to finger it, but from the ground up, nothing, 3, 2, nothing, nothing, 3. However you end up fingering that. That's the same, 6, pinch 3 and 4. Then it's 6, 2, 4, we've seen that. And here it's staggered. I don't think this was the same as before. I'm pinching 6 and 3, thumbs on 4, then immediately to the 2nd string with my middle. So pinch, thumb, and 6 and 3, 4, 2. Then it just ends 6, 3, 4, which was thumb, pointer, middle. So real slow there, 3, 4. Let's put 15 and 16 together, 3, 4. Pinch. I love that stagger, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Nice different dynamic on each hit, which is one of the reasons this song is so awesome. Then we descend again. Instead of 3 in the bass, we got 2 in the bass. Otherwise, the other fingers stay the same. Do that however you're going to do it. And here it's the same rhythm. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same rhythm as measure 15, which is 6, pinch 3 and 4. 6, 2, 4. 6, pinch, 6, 2, 4. 18, similar staggered idea now. He keeps the rhythm in 18. The only thing that changes is I lift that, whatever note you're fretting on the 3rd string becomes open. That 2nd fret becomes open. That's what's changing here. And so I'm doing 6, I'm pinching open with 4 and 3 there. Then it's same thing, 6, 2, 4 are the strings. So thumb, pinch them both open in the middle here. Then the strings are low E, B, D. Let's put that whole thing together from 15 real slow. 3, 4. Move it. Then lift the finger here. Think you got it? Straight into 19. Now it completes that descending thing. That's where we started, right on that D, kind of like implying a D minor, the whole song. And we're back to that. 6, pinch 4 and 3. 6, 2, 4. We've seen that before. And I don't know if we've seen this before. I think so. This is that, yeah, we've seen this 18, 19, 20. We're pinching and got that hammer on, 6 and 3 with the hammer. 6 again, right back to 3. 6 again. Then we lift and do 3 open. Then the thumb on the last beat goes to the 4th string with the ghost hammer. 3, 4. 3, 4. Little eye contact in this video because I've got to read the tab. I just tabbed this out yesterday, and I'm just super excited to bring it to you guys because I think I've been told a lot of people have been looking for a tab for this song. It's funny how I need a favor from you all. I do not consume TV shows, Netflix. I don't do any of that. I don't know how you guys have time for it, to be honest. I just spend my time in other ways, that's all. But I don't watch shows. If there's ever an awesome finger-picking song from a show, please let me know, especially if it's like a super popular trending show. I'm sure there are a lot of people then who are out there looking for the tune. So notify my clueless, just my clueless self about these tunes, and I'll do tutorials for them. And then I can ride the wave of the popularity, right? Help me out. I'm asking you to help me out. Then same thing here in 21 and 22. We've seen this before. And remember, the thumb is following that melody. So it's 6, then it pinches 4 and 3. 6, 2, 6. So 6, 4, 6, 2, 6. Then here we pinch it on 4. 6, 2, 6, 3, 4. We did that part. I know I'm going quick, but we've done it before. Let's play 21 and 22 slow though, one more time. 3, 4. You're doing well, I think. I hope. If not, again, know this is a very difficult song. Take it slow, bit by bit. Maybe this is a 3-month goal, a 6-month goal. That's totally fine. And we should always have those pieces where we're doing our regular practice stuff, but then we got a performance piece on the back burner that maybe 5-10 minutes every day for 3 months, 6 months, we're putting time into. You're going to get it. So we're almost there with the song. Remember, this would be a perfect time to stop, do your slow run-throughs, take a break, spend several weeks just doing that before you move on. Because the bridge is similar right-hand stuff, but it's new chord shapes. It's more information. So if you're already kind of like peaked out and are overflowing, just stop the video, get good at that stuff, and then move forward with this bridge. All right, so we got this bridge, and then we're done with the song. So we're almost there. All right, measure 23. This happens at about 55 seconds in the song. Whoop. Have this extra added dissonance. So it's that same chord in the beginning, which is the D minor, but he's putting the B flat in the bass, which is like a D minor 6. Just makes it nice and dark. And this is what I'm hearing on the studio version. The thumb pattern here is 5th string, 5th string, 6, 6. A little goofy. And here's how I'm fretting it, right? We can just do these two, like pretend you're playing a D minor. Again, I use my pinky there. I know some people use the ring finger, whatever. But all I'm doing is adding this 1st fret on the A string to that shape we've been doing all day. And what we're doing is we're just hitting it alone. And then he's pinching 5 and 3. Nice and dissonant. I love that. It's like a major 7 relationship there. And then we're doing 6, 2, 6. So we have, a lone, pinch, 6, 2, 6, a lone, pinch. So 3, 4, a lone, pinch. That's it, measure 24. We start with the pinch this time on 5 and 3. Then it's 6, 2, 6, 3, 6. So the ending 6, 2, 6, 3, 6. Thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. With the pinch at the beginning, 3, 4, pinch. Let's put those two together, 23, 3, 4. Now this measure is real goofy too. This is what he's playing, I'm pretty darn sure. It took me a while to figure it out because it's just weird. We're gonna put our middle finger down on the 2nd fret of the D string, the 4th string. So instead of doing this normal shape that we always do, I'm just lifting that finger, bringing it up a string set. And make sure it's fingertips only because we're gonna have that 3rd string's now gonna be open. We've got 6, 4, 6, 3, 6. So our thumb is 6, 4, 6, 6. And that's basically it with the exception of 6, 4, 6, 3 with my pointer, right back to 6. Thumb, 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 pointer, thumb. Weird, cool dissonant sound in there. I love that, open against that. And then measure 26, same chordal idea, but we're going to pinch at the beginning, 4 and 3. 6, 2, 6, 3. Then the thumb goes to 4. So here the thumb pattern is 4, 6, 6, 4, 4, 6, 6, 4. Again, I'm just hearing the melody notes. So pinch 4 and 3. 6, up to 2, back to 6. Pointer finger on 3, thumb to 4. Let's just do that measure real slow. 3, 4. Yeah. I'm a little sleepy, guys. Always in these wintertime months. I don't quite wake up. And then I have these bright lights shining on me for your guys' viewing pleasure. And it's like just way too bright. Maybe you guys don't need it this bright. I never know until I'm editing. I'm terrible with lighting. Should probably like write down the numbers and adjust, but you know, I don't do that. All right, let's try 25 and 26 together though. 3, 4. I think we're pretty much done with the song. If you look at measure 27 and 28, we've seen that before early on. I don't know where, but it's in there. And then 29 and 30 are the same as 21 and 22. And that's the bridge. The bridge would then repeat back to that part where we have the B flat in the bass. Sorry, I'm like reaching over microphones here. That would be 23. So 23 to 30 is your bridge, and that repeats twice. Then after that, we go back to a verse, right? 11 to 22. Then we tag 15 to 22, just because he's like singing the same, or playing the same part again. And 15 to 22 is just that descending thing. It up, but you get the idea. So that whole part is tagged, and then the very last time he just does this. Or sorry, just hits the D. So if we go to measure 32, the very ending of the song, the coda, he just hits 6th string. So it's that kind of like G-shaped chord we did before. It just lets it ring really long. Then he descends, that kind of G goes to that F sharp. I know it's in drop D, those aren't actually the notes, but it's still how my brain works. So we got that first one, then that drops, and we just pinch them all together. And then he lifts that middle finger that's in there and does second, open, open, and he hits all those. And then we get a nice big sound without hitting the other ones. So again, that coda is just 3, 4 ties, or sorry, it's 3, 4 ties, 6, 7, 8, all together, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Shaboom! Congrats. All right, 2 little things to note before we do the slow run-throughs here. If you jump to my tab, mikesmusicmethod.com, free to download, way down in 38 and 39, I put what I think is the more accurate verse. For me, this is actually easier. I know I simplified it before. Again, it's hard to tell in the recording, but I think what I said before, I think his thumb is moving with the emphasis. So 38 and 39 would just be like an alternate take of the verse that I wrote up above, where you keep that thumb pattern doing 6, 4, 6, 6, instead of alternating 6, 4, 6, 6. And then for this part in 39, it'd be 4, 6, 6, 4. So what he's doing in the intro, I don't know if it makes it easier or harder to sing with. I just wanted to throw that out there. And then for all you singers out there as well, this might be one of those where it might just be easier to drone the entire thing on the 6th string when you're singing it. That might be easier to follow. Let's try singing the thing. I'm going to do it with 38 and 39. I think doing those thumb patterns with the hits as we're doing it the rest of the time is easier. But when you're singing it, just make sure you go real slow. Now, he's singing way too high. I'd probably lower the capo, so bear with me here. So I do that a bunch. Oh Lord, live inside me. Oh Lord, live inside me. Oh Lord, live inside me. Practice that a whole bunch, and then measure 13, 14. Lead me on my way. Messed it up. Lead me on my way. Lead me on my way. Oh Lord, live inside me. Lead me on my way. I need a lot of practice. Oh Lord, live inside me. Try the whole thing. 3, 4. Oh Lord, live inside me. Lead me on my way. Get the idea, just go slow. I'll get to practicing too. Boom. Slow run-throughs, mikesmusicmethod.com. You got your tab. Just remember this intro part, it's played later on with a different thumb pattern. If you want to keep it consistent and do the same thumb pattern every time, that's fine. But just note that here we got this 6, 4, 5, 4, instead of the other times where the thumb is following the melody hits. So keep that in mind if you're doing it slightly different than I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. verse, 11 to 22. 2, 3, 4. It always repeats. Cool, we'll do that again. Remember, there is the alternate verse, which would be 38 and 39. So if this thumb pattern, just be consistent with your playing. Pick one, whichever one feels better, stick with it. And a little back and forth, no one's going to notice a difference anyways. So again, from 11, 2, 3, 4. Going cross-eyed. Let's do the bridge in 23, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Ending 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.